another edition of Ask Michael Eline. This is where I teach people the law in an unorthodox manner by using examples that we see in the news, case law briefs, but it's all about exposing the Leviathan and its instrumentalities and taking back your rights. Know the law and mean to keep it well. Come here to learn from an expert to know your right. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. That's right. We never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. Hi, guys. I just got done doing another massive mega video covering the Lane Myers plea, and I'm still not done. We just got done listening to what amounts to the victim's witness impact statement before Lane goes into allegedly entering into his plea, which we know the judge rejected because the judge felt that it wasn't knowingly and voluntarily entered into. So I just covered that a little while ago. I've got the Angry Texan and BZWatchDog with me now. I can only go about an hour because I promised my son I'm preparing him for a judo tournament in a couple of days. So I'm going to cover as much of BZWatchDog's video with our expert, Ryan, and then we're going to come back. Probably have to do a part 2, part 3. I mean, BZ's got a whole ton of material, so you guys are going to keep me busy for a while. Let me really quick introduce you to everybody, guys. Quickly, privates. So introduce yourself, Ryan. I know that you're an ex-cop whistleblower. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I spent a lot of time in Virginia, but I started off in Texas. So I've been through 2 academies. I've been to 2 pretty good law enforcement agencies. I was in Bexar County, and then I was in Charlottesville, Virginia. I don't like taking BS, and I don't like BS, and I've got no problem calling it. Some people call me a whistleblower. I call me low on craps to give. So,
all right,
and then Constitution, and we'll be all right.
All right, and anything else you want to add?
God bless America.
Amen, brother.
Follow me on X at the Angry Texan.
All right, now
BZ, no, not the Angry Texan. I'm not that anymore, right? I'm the American Texan.
American Texan. Tell us a little bit about yourself, BZ.
Former U.S. Marine, First Amendment auditor, cop watcher, activist, constitutionalist. All the titles are in my subscription. All you got to do is just go over there, hit the subscribe button at BZWatchDog on YouTube, and you'll be able to get a little bit more details. As soon as we get done with this live stream, I'm gonna be back out in Waco, watching the watchers, trying to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They like to say a lot of crazy stuff on the radio chatter, something that Ryan's probably knows that they're not supposed to be doing. I'm sure it's some sort of policy violation.
It all depends on the department.
But that's pretty much me in a nutshell. What about you there, Michael Eline? You going to introduce yourself? No, I'm just kidding.
I already got myself. I'm just trying to figure out, because I haven't had guests on in such a long time.
Oh my God!
Where I've had like
making me dizzy moving everything around, dude.
So I'm trying to get everything figured out, but it looks like I got it figured out. So BZ, tell us a little bit about what this video is about and why it was important that we brought Ryan today to help us with it.
Okay, well, Ryan and you initially did by yourselves without me being on the channel. You guys did a breakdown of my arrest. You're actually going to see it's going to be a kind of a recap of my arrest here, where you're actually going to see it on one side of the screen. Well, now you're going to get to see the full encounter during the body camera viewpoint of how I was looking and how I was responding to the officer, and why I got charged with, as Ryan likes to call it, POP, pissing off police. I call it attempt to cop, but you're going to see that. And then the hour plus, one cop called it a detention. I kept calling it unlawful arrest, and another cop called it an arrest. And then I left with a disorderly conduct citation and my hands all jacked up. So,
how is your hand?
Bottom line, what's that?
How is your hand? I hadn't asked you.
It's not purple anymore, but I still don't have full feeling or full.
Still got some nerve damage on it.
I think so. The doctors say no, but it's not the same.
Have you done a nerve conductive test?
No, I haven't gone that far yet.
If you haven't done a nerve conductive test, then they have no idea what it is. That's just from experience. I've had a couple of them. They suck. Good luck with that.
Hey, by the way, Angry Texan, I don't know if you wanna say anything to Random Hog Hunter, but read that comment. Let's tell Random Hog Hunter how things have changed since our last time we were together.
Yeah, well, so I mean, I don't know. Remember if y'all remember too much? I was having some pretty bad nerve pain. I wasn't doing too hot. Couldn't maintain weight right. My muscle mass was getting pretty bad, but I probably had a drinking problem. I didn't have a drinking problem because the stores are all really close. But I decided to quit drinking and completely like reset my body to find out what all was aggravating my joints, what was making me so bad. And I discovered alcohol was one of the things making it bad. And so now it's been 4 months. I've had one drink, and I really don't think I'll be drinking ever again. It's just not a fan.
Hey, give me a bunch of ones for Ryan quitting drinking or at least laying off, guys. He's lost a ton of weight. As we know, alcohol is an inflammatory.
No. Actually, I lost the weight, and now I'm back at 202, but I'm at like 18% body fat, a little less.
Yeah, that's right. No, you're right. So strike that. He's lost about 20 or 30 pounds of body fat and replaced it with muscle.
Yep.
We know that muscle is more dense than fat. So losing weight doesn't mean shit. What matters is what your body mass, your body fat. So
my body, it feels so much better. The clarity. You know, one of the things was that interview with
Chili.
Yeah, I probably had one too many on that one, and I lost my cool, and I freaking hate losing my cool.
Yeah.
But you know, that's part of the inflammation, pain, drinking, it all goes, and you lose a part of yourself. And now dude, the clarity, it's amazing. It really is.
Proud of
no
you, brother.
Tylenol, no ibuprofen, no bupropion, SSDRIs, none of that stuff. I'm off all of it, eating all natural, loving it.
How's the inflammation?
Lowest, dude. So I started with 2 days a week working out. I'd been doing 3 the last few weeks, and I'm fixing to go to 5 days a week.
Wow. Outstanding. All right. So
that's an hour a day of workout, PT type, getting the joints going back, but actually like they bust my butt. So
everybody give me a bunch of ones for the American Texan and his progress and getting his life back together again. All right. So let's do this, man. Hey, Texas Gal, good seeing you, man. All right.
Workout does make you a different person. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So I know I seem a little rushed, guys. I normally really like to let everybody like finish their sentences and stuff, but I've only got about an hour, and I know this is really important to BZ. So BZ, why don't you narrate a little bit before we start this video, or do you think you've said enough? Can we get into it?
No, I mean, the thing is, we've seen the 7-minute. In fact, on the right side of the screen,
yes,
you're gonna see on that side. That's my view that we've already gone over. You and Ryan have already broken this side down. However, now it's the 7 minutes to the left where you're gonna see that same with the cop's body cam view.
Yeah,
and then when my camera goes down, everything else from there is 3 different body cameras because there were 2 officers and a sergeant on scene. And I don't want to spoil it because I really want Ryan to point out from a cop's perspective, like really what the issues are with policing and the culture of policing and the things that, I mean, he hasn't seen the video. I mean, I've told him a little bit about it, but I want him to really see it for the first time and tell us what's wrong with it from a former police officer's perspective. And as a lawyer, I want you to see what the legal problems are if you had to take this to trial or come a civil suit right behind it after the dismissal. So
yeah, and I do have the added benefit, BZ. I do practice law in Texas, or I'm a licensed attorney in Texas, so I can't be so beaten around the bush like I would in an Arizona matter. So yeah, but by the way, BZ, really quickly, I wanted to give you credit where credit's due. You were able to get all the body cam footage using your expertise in public records requests. Tell us about that.
Well, the one thing Fort Worth doesn't like to do is release footage. So The reason I know it existed and the reason I was able to get it was because I saw it in Discovery. So I knew the entirety of the video. And so when I put that in my records request, I made sure that I wanted the exact length, the exact officer, the time, the day. I mean, I put all the details. I had every detail of that video. And you're going to see there's a few issues with the videos. But I will tell you now, I'm not saying that it was due to me. I'm sure that my accusations had something to do with it, but not fully. But Fort Worth PD has new body cameras now, and they can no longer mute their mics.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, dude.
I'm willing to bet. I talked to him about that. I'm willing to bet they're Axons, like the same brand as Taser, which means they're preset. And as soon as their lights go on, they can't mute anything. Yeah, they're pretty great.
Yeah, they aren't happy about
it. Why would they be? I notice how they always turn them off when they're round tabling, right? When they do their huddles.
Well, no, here's the thing, though, because
you're going to see that here, too, by the way, Mike.
Because some of them, they're linked, right? They're all Bluetooth, wire, all that, right? So what'll happen is you'll have guys, and this is just, it's too much information that the public loves to have, right? My lieutenant, he's retired now. He told me, and some of the other guys, he goes, I've seen more penises in the last 6 months than I've ever seen in my life, and I'm so glad I'm retiring. Because he has to review videos, and all the accidental ones. Yeah, because you have it on. You can't turn it off. And
so like when you're making a head call? Like when you're peeing and stuff?
You're making a head call. Somebody hits the lights. It turns on automatic. Or there's some guy who's, hey, boop, hey, Lieutenant, how about this? Yeah, dude. Yeah, because I'm reviewing my video until I need you to review it. Once I do something wrong, then you can review my video. Otherwise, you're going to end up seeing, the last turd I left. So,
all right, allegedly. So, all right, let's get into it now. Let's get into it because we're burning time and obviously I promised BZ that. So if you want BZ, we could try to do another one on Sunday if Ryan's available. But we'll try to get through as much of this today because I know you got a bunch of them and I don't want to leave you hanging, brother. So let's get it going.
Too bad about yourself. So, yeah, you want to leave. This Uber driver.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, make sure your body camera's on, officer, so I get this body cam footage and hear what you're lying to you about.
What's the issue with him? He's just refusing to leave?
Yeah,
we wouldn't let him in because he wouldn't show us his ID, which is standard protocol. Okay. Guy canceled the Uber, ordered another one. Okay, get you out of here. Started fooling around, and then he stopped and said, well, if you called the police, which are, yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to wait for them. Okay. He's looking for content. Okay. Yeah. Tell me, I said, why don't you go drive, go do your job. This is my job.
Where's his vehicle at?
Right there. Put a dog in it.
Okay. Yeah, let me. No, you're good. Let me. I'll get in here and I'll turn around and I'll get y'all's info and then I'll go talk to him.
Okay. Much appreciated.
Ryan, listen to what he says when he goes through the gate. He mumbles it under his breath. You can hear it.
Just let me know when you guys want me to stop it, okay?
Just
tell me. Holler out.
Just keep going.
Kruger. So far, he's got PC to talk to BZ.
He right there. He said, "I don't have time for this."
Oh, that's what. Yeah, okay.
Camera. Technically, I never stepped foot on the property.
Technically, he doesn't have time for that. There's so much other BS going on, but it's his job. You're supposed to do it with professionalism and a smile.
I didn't go looking for content. Content found me.
Now, really quickly, BZ, in your defense, as I recall, you didn't want to leave the scene because the police had been called, and you know from prior experience, once the police had been called, they could come looking for you. Now, Ryan, can you kind of go in on that a little bit so this jackass in the sidebar can go ahead and...
Well, I mean, no, that's exactly right. He'd have PC to put a bolo out for BZ, suspicious person seen around this area, acting suspicious, filming, could be a pedophile, could be looking to case the joint. Now they've got PC to pull him over next time. Oh, yeah, no, they could make stuff up. Potentially.
Right.
right? You don't know what's going to come out the guy at the booth's mouth.
Right.
That guy can say BZ was waving around a gun, and this cop's going to go, oh, shoot, we got a guy in a Tesla waving a gun around, and now we're doing a felony stop on a Tesla.
So BZ, that's why you didn't leave, right?
That's why I didn't leave.
All right, let's keep going.
You got your body camera rolling?
What's that?
You got your body camera rolling?
It's on.
He needs to clean it.
Because I'm going
He's
to
a mean
little, see what lies they tell you.
Freaking Italian
He's a mean little guy.
Don't mute
So
it. Don't mute
security.
the mic.
Yes.
And then,
Are you the
HOA
president? Okay. Can I get your ID really quick? Yeah, of course. And he doesn't live here or anything?
Nope. And it's just off the app. They didn't, he's not somebody's driver or anything.
Okay.
It's going to be unblurred here in a second. It's just because of a private space.
691
Yeah.
3939.
Okay.
Cool.
There we go.
So what's going on today, sir?
You coming to talk to me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before we get started, per your policy of 703, can you go ahead and identify yourself?
I'm Officer Morgan, Fort Police, badge number 4695.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir.
So what is it?
So they're saying
Arm all on the side.
I'm not on the property. No trespassing. That's a public utility box. So you can't on a public street. You own beyond the gate, and you put even a sign up here.
Sir, do you have your ID on you?
I'm refusing ID, sir. If they want me to
Use ID.
now here, if you want to hear what happened, okay. I was up here. They demanded ID from me. I told them to call the resident. Was picking up for an Uber. He refused. He got an attitude with me. Called the customer twice. I went ahead and called the customer.
Right.
He was acting with idiot felonious here. Okay, didn't want to let me go through. And then next thing I know, he told me to leave. I'm at the gate. I'm not backing up into this busy street where people are running. I told him, open that gate. That Bronco wasn't there. I said, I'll make a U-turn and I'll leave. I'll be more than happy to. He decides he wants to escalate the whole situation. Cars are backing up behind me.
My curiosity is in when they asked you to leave, why didn't you just leave?
Because he already called the cops. Now the second gentleman who's now smiling over there, thinking you're going to arrest me or do something, he came up and he started to defuse the whole situation. No problem. I was getting ready to leave, but then I asked, did you call the cops? Confirm the security guard, yes. So I stayed away. So I've been here, I don't know, an hour and 15, 20 minutes waiting for you guys.
Okay.
So I would have been gone an hour and a half ago. This would have never escalated, but
So I guess why didn't you leave an hour and a half ago?
because they called the cops.
Right. So now we're out here. Now we have to deal with
Now
it.
that you're out here, now you're having to deal with it. I wasn't going to run and believe whatever they told you. But, if first off, sir, public utility, I've never crossed the threshold.
So Ryan, just really quick, just tell us, do you think that BZ made the right decision to wait for the police to show up?
Absolutely. I mean, think about it like this. You pull a gun on somebody because they're trying to rob you and they run away. It's all on tape, right? And then they call the cops and say you pulled a gun on them and threaten their lives. Whose story are they going to believe? You ran off. You never called the cops. So now all they have is the story of this guy. If you're not there to defend, there's a chance.
All he's got to sign is an affidavit. And all he's got to do is sign an affidavit.
Yep.
And swear to it that it's true and factual and under perjury.
Wow. That's scary stuff, guys.
I mean, it's the litigious society we live in, too, though. I mean, we're losing our freedoms in Texas. And nobody's
Ryan,
helping.
in effect, couldn't he have been swatted, for lack of a better word?
Oh, absolutely. Because they could have told him anything. That's the same thing as a felony SWAT, right? Or a felony stop. So they find out, okay, well, we know who this guy is. Oh, look, we know where he stays. We've got his vehicle information. And then they have somebody that, oh, well, he waved a gun at us. And so then they're busting into his house. They don't even need to go get a warrant.
Wow.
They potentially have a
Exigent
madman with a gun
circumstances.
threatening people.
Yeah, that's right, BZ.
Exigent circumstances.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going. Thank you guys. I wanted to clarify for the audience so they understand why it was important. Why it's important if someone calls the police on you and you know of it, it might be better to stay and wait for the police.
Yep.
That gate. I've never entered their property. Right. He did assist me backing up into the street, which is why I'm parked over there now. But see that gate? I never entered their property.
So why is this an issue right now?
Because you're here. You're asking why it's an issue. Obviously, you're here.
Yes.
So if you like,
But do you understand that you're the issue?
I'm not the issue.
That's why they call this.
I was filming. That's the issue. You guys have a problem with First Amendment?
I don't care if you film.
Then if you want to give me your CAD number with a card, I'll be more than happy to leave.
But they're calling because you're causing an issue.
What issue am I causing, sir?
Because you were refusing to leave the premises, and now we're out here. And
My car is over there, and I'm not on the premises.
But you're not in your car.
I'm not
You're
on the
standing
premises.
right here.
Sir, you see that no
I'm
trespassing
not here to.
sign?
I'm not here to argue with you.
Okay, no
Okay.
trespassing. I'm not no unauthorized person. I'm on a public sidewalk.
You're being a pain right now.
I'm being a pain. You're being
Hey,
unprofessional.
You're
703
pissing me off.
Conduct
At
of
that
your
point,
policy.
he
I
should
can
have
either
called
put you in
somebody else.
handcuffs and you go in the
Like,
back of my
I
car.
just lost my.
You can go that option.
Okay, look.
Hold on. Go ahead, Ryan. Say that again.
He lost his cool, and he knows. Well, I mean, he might be too much of a. Anyway, he knows he lost his cool. When you tell somebody you're pissing me off now, that's not professional. Right there, he's broken their professional conduct. Right.
703, and I called him out on it.
Oh, that's awesome. So you actually knew the professional code of conduct.
I called him out on it in the video. I said you're being unprofessional of your conduct, policy number 703.
Hold on, we're going back real quick because
I said it right there.
I want people to catch what a brother just said.
I'm
You're
not on the
standing
premise.
right here.
Sir, you see that no
I'm
trespassing
not here to.
sign?
I'm not here to argue with you.
Okay, no
Okay.
trespassing. I'm not no unauthorized person. I'm on a public sidewalk.
You're being a pain right now.
I'm being a pain. You're being unprofessional. 703 conduct of your policy.
I can
So
either
do
put
me a
you in
favor.
handcuffs and you go in the back of my car. You can go that option
Okay, look. Now I'm off the property,
because
right?
you're not complying. Altogether, you just need to leave.
But you're violating my First Amendment.
I'm not violating
You
First
are.
Amendment.
You are.
No.
You are.
No, you're not complying.
What did I just tell you?
I'm
I
about to
told
put
you
you in
if you
handcuffs.
give me your CAD number. I told you. Hold on. I told you if you give me your CAD number, sir. Don't turn this
And
off.
you've already left
Sir,
the
get your
property
supervisor.
according to
Yeah,
him.
go
at
ahead and
this
handcuffs. I'm right
Hands
there.
on your back.
I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting.
Not here
Listen
to
to what I
play
say
games.
right here.
I told you to give me a CAD number, I would leave.
I tell him it's an
I'm on a public
unlawful
sidewalk,
arrest.
sir.
Put your hands on your back.
Okay, don't turn off my camera. Just let me put it in my pocket. Let me put it in my pocket.
Your phone.
Let me put it in my pocket. Get a supervisor, please. It's an unlawful
Bro, I
arrest.
never would have stuck a single set. Sorry, you're not a little guy.
You're
Take
detained.
my phone.
You're not a single set.
Give me a
guy.
supervisor. Give me a supervisor. I'm on a public sidewalk filming.
Well, that's what happens right here. Watch what he does to me on the next view.
Can you stop jerking my arm up? I'm walking. Can you tell him this is use of force? Sir. Sir. Hey, can you do me a favor? Call a supervisor. I'll go to the car, but look, my ID's in my pocket.
The dog's about to get arrested with me.
No, sir. I'm here.
Like, this guy
My
does not
ID's in
have
my front
control of
pocket.
the team.
What ID need? Fine. You want to trespass me off the property I was never on? Fine. Sir, can I please get my dog back in the car, sir? This is ridiculous, sir. You can run me and trespass me if you want. I'm never on the property. Ronnie, up.
No, he's not on the phone.
He's also
He's in the car.
Guys put me in here. Can you please get a supervisor?
So you standing over here filming, trying to pull the First Amendment auditor stuff. Okay.
Is somebody in his car? Look like there's somebody in the back.
Stop it right there, Mike. Stop it right there.
Oh, that's fucking.
Ryan's laughing so hard, we got to stop.
I'm going to mute myself. Go ahead and talk.
It's First Amendment auditor stuff.
Yeah, at least he didn't think you were one of those
Sovereign citizens?
sovereign citizens. Oh, they might have roughed you up a little more. But I mean, dude, seriously, yeah, because you're off the property, and then he goes, we could do it this way. And then so you step further off the property. You piss him off just a little more. And then little guy, he calls it resisting. He tries to put your big ass in a single set of handcuffs. That's not resisting. That's dumb. How easily can you get your hands behind your back?
I can't. Yeah.
No.
I'm a big guy. I can't even do it. Just trying to do it myself, let alone somebody squeezing my shoulder blades together with handcuffs.
Yeah. So what happens is, his heart rate and everything's up. He gets mad and he's not thinking straight, but he's, again, like you said, not.
He was mad when he got there.
Yeah, he was mad. He was a pissed off little leprechaun, and you sent him over the edge.
I do have a habit of doing that to people, though.
But that's what I'm saying. You pissed off the police. He put you in handcuffs and threw you in the back of his car. That's probably not the way you're supposed to do it.
Good to go?
Yep.
Go for it.
Absolutely.
I've been asking for it. I don't know what's the motive. You can run me trespass if you want, but I don't know what the issue is. Why wasn't he on the property? And I told you I'd leave. You gave me a cab number.
You never once said that you would leave.
Yes, I did. You didn't hear me. I got it on video. I got it on video.
Stop it right there, Mike.
Because you don't like cameras.
Come on. Go.
Did you hear what he just told me, right, Ryan? About give me the CAD number leaving. He said I never said it. I told him I said it. I told him I said it 3 times. You weren't listening. I got it all on video.
I mean, you said it as he was marching towards you.
No, I said it way before that.
That's what I'm saying. The third time, as he's marching towards you, you're like, I told you, just give me your CAD number. Let's go over there. And he's like, okay, let's go over there. And that's when he puts you in handcuffs. Yeah.
And then what he's going to try to do, you're going to hear it later. He's going to lie and try to justify because I refused to ID is what he told the second cop that just showed up. Then he's going to tell the supervisor the reason he did it was because I was reaching into my pocket with my cell phone. And he didn't know what I had. Just wait for it. You're going to hear it.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
I have a camera on me 24/7.
I understand it, sir. I told you I would leave if you gave me the cab number, and I walked off the property. I walked over there beyond those gates past. No, I'm not even arguing with you, sir. Granny, stop shaking. Relax. You just want to make some.
Okay.
That's why you jumped out of the car.
He just threw my license.
Did he knock that light over?
What's that?
Did he knock that light
And
over?
soliciting another crime.
Did he knock that light over as you were dragging him away?
I know. I got you. I got you. What?
Now he's messing with my phone.
With what search warrant?
So he's filming me standing on the sidewalk over there trying to play. I'm on home property. I'm on property. Okay, well, they called me. They called me because they caused an issue. I'm sitting next to the whole utility.
Turn the video up, Mike.
I'm out here.
Come on.
Please.
Caused an issue. I'm out here playing a game.
Step all the way, bud.
So it's like, he starts behind the archway right there. I'm like, okay. You have to do my back. This is what's going on. He has some traction in his hand. He was talking to take that out of his hand. Put him in cuffs.
Well, he needs to find somebody to come get the car and the dog, or it's getting towed and just go on the pallet. Because you can't deal with the dog. Unless, depends on what you're going to do, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it's
So,
what do you want me to do?
There's one gone.
Yeah.
As long as if he leaves, it's fine. Was he trying not to identify himself?
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to do that. The only way I was able to identify him is because I took the wallet out of his pocket. His ID was in there. It's like, do you have your ID on you? So it's like, I'm not going to give you that. Like, okay.
You say why he's over here?
Well, he didn't ask you again after he arrested you. He just took your stuff.
So then, like, you need to leave.
Does he ask you again?
So parked right there. He's standing over there when I get here. He already has his
That's not failure. Again.
It just turns into a back and forth. So.
Yeah, it's
Look at him sweating bullets. Look, he's muting his mic. He's muting his mic.
Wow. And why do you think he's doing that?
Because they're conspiring. What else?
I mean, they're definitely trying to work it out so he doesn't get effed.
Now look, should he have his mic muted talking to this guy who called as well? Victim/witness?
No, because if this was a case, that should be evidence. This should be evidentiary. Now he forgot
This is
to turn it on
tampering.
because he's subverting the system.
So what's a CAD number just for the audience?
It's your computer-aided dispatch number. It's just your ID for a computer system.
And that's what
Look
he
at
was
it.
trying to get.
He's sitting here laughing and joking. We still don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, because you might have two John Smiths, but his ID, his CAD number is what's going to identify him.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
Look how long this is being muted, by the way. He still ain't turned it back on.
Oh, he definitely forgot to turn it back on.
I don't think it's forgot because he didn't forget to turn it off a second ago.
Well, I mean, life under the microscope, it happens all the time. Like, I've forgotten to turn mine on, off, all kinds of stuff. Lucky it never happened at a really important time, but this guy's already proven he can't keep his cool.
Right.
Really? Why does he remember to turn it back on right now then?
I don't know. That's for the lawyer to ask.
Now watch this, but this guy remembered to turn his on with this guy. Now watch, listen to all the lies.
Well, just really quickly, just to throw my 2 cents in. I mean, if I'm the defense attorney, I'm going to be arguing just what BZ is saying. He's tampering with the case. And he had within his power to produce stronger and more powerful evidence in the form of an audio recording. And therefore, his recollections and statements as to what the witness said in his interactions with the witness shall be viewed with distrust. And I would argue California Evidence Code Section 412. I don't know what the companion statute is in Texas, but that's precisely the argument that I would make. I'm going to keep it going.
Listen to all the lies.
Somebody called him for the Uber.
Right.
He came. He told me to call that one to say how many people he got. I said, I'm not. That's not required in my job. I'm not supposed to call him to say how many people he got.
That's not what
He
happened.
been mad for that. He said, anyway, I'm gonna call him. He called the homeowner. The homeowner told him, okay, that guy, he didn't let me go. I don't know how many passengers he got because I got my dog. That guy told him, okay, if you don't give him his name, driver license number, leave. I don't need you.
Okay.
And then he started to record me and to say, you don't know the law, you don't know anything, you should go back in Africa. I said, why? You tell me all this, go back in Africa. And then he was speaking some bad word. I don't want to repeat that.
What did he say? I need to know, because if you're offended by that,
He said, yeah, he told me, you fucking go back.
Wait a minute. This guy sounds like he thinks we're in the United Kingdom. There's no crime of offense in the United States, only in Germany and the UK, in basically Marxist communist countries. In America, we have something called the First Amendment. What's that?
That's not even common law.
It's ridiculous. I mean, you have a right to be or not be offended. If you're a pussy, you're going to be offended. If you're a real man, you won't be. It's just the way it works. Let's keep it going.
Africa because you don't know nothing. Go back. I say, you racist. You should not tell me I should go back in Africa. I say, you racist. Why you told me that? You racist. I'm going to record you. Give me your name. I'm going to report you in your company. I say, I'm not going to give you my name. I don't do anything. Why I'm going to give you my name? And then I told you, okay, if you give you your name, I'm going to give you my name. You report me, I'm going to report you in your company too. He said, I'm not going to give you my name. See, you don't know anything. You don't know anything about it. You should go back in Africa. Fuck you. Something like this.
were you offended by what he said?
Something like this. That's not something that's not a true actual comment.
Yeah,
Something like this.
Yeah, I was really mad.
What was that, Ryan?
You don't make a comment like that for a factual statement. Something like this. I mean, I
Hey,
know there's
Mike.
a language barrier, but
Make sure, because Ryan was trying to get you to stop this, but back it up another like 10 or 15 seconds. Listen to what the guy's saying too.
Well, it was right there.
Okay, and by the way, Ryan, that looks like a Glock 21. What do you think it is? It's pretty thick.
He said, yeah, he told me,
Military Block
you
21.
fucking go back
What?
to Africa because you don't know nothing. Go back. I said, you racist. You should not tell me I should go back in Africa. I said, you racist. Why you told me that? You racist. I'm going to record you. Give me your name. I'm going to report you in your company. I said, I'm not going to give you my name. I don't do anything. Why I'm going to give you my name? And then I told him, okay, if you give you your name, I'm going to give you my name. You report me, I'm going to report you in your company too. He said, I'm not going to give you my name. See, you don't know anything. You don't know anything about it. You should go back in Africa. Fuck you. Something like this.
Something like this.
Were you offended by what he said? Did that offend you?
Yeah, that different.
Who cares?
Yeah, I was really
That's
mad.
not
I was
wrong.
really
Yeah,
mad.
right? Like,
Because I
gives a
know I
shit?
didn't do anything.
Did
I
he
was
Go ahead and
so
pause
mad.
it, Mike. Mike, go ahead and pause it.
I didn't do anything.
Oh my goodness, he was offended.
Now,
You
now,
look
now
around
the
in
funniest
Germany,
part
dude.
about the funniest part about this whole thing is that the statute of 42.01 disorderly conduct, which I know very well, there is no such thing as the word offensive in the statute at all.
And how is it that I already knew you knew that statute well?
There's four that the cops always go to: interference, which is 38.15, which they're trying to raise to a felony in Texas from a gross Class B misdemeanor. You got,
really?
yeah, Tarrant County's district attorney went all the way down there and tried to sit there and say the group of YouTubers, and I've been trying all these cases of interference, which is horseshit. I did a records request for it. We'll find out the true numbers here in a few days. I'm going to call him because he lied in a public forum. But anyway, not to get off topic. 30.05 trespassing, which I know that one very well because I tried to do it right here. And then 3802 failure to ID. Oh, wait, right there as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, there's four statutes that they go to: disorderly conduct, interference, failure to identify, and trespassing. So I made sure that all four of those statutes I knew very well before I started auditing.
All right, you guys.
You didn't have to go on no statute. So you're going to hear me recite it to this guy because he doesn't know it, and then he shuts the door on me.
All right, here
He
we
gets a little
go.
pissed off at me for reciting it to him.
And then he's been speaking to me badly. They go back in Africa. I said, why you do that? You racist.
He never asked why. Liar.
You're not supposed to tell me to go back in Africa.
Right.
Fuck you. You don't know nothing. You don't know anything.
I never
about
dropped the F-bomb either.
You should not do. I said, I didn't do anything. I did
That's
my
why.
job.
That's
Why
what.
you mad
So
at me?
just in like speech pattern. That's what I was saying.
Stop it between you, him, and me.
You have your ID with you?
Yes.
Oh, just give up your ID, you simp. Yes, and here, Mr. Officer. Let me suck your, you know what?
You still
See, what he should be saying is, are you a legal citizen of the United States? Did you?
That's what he should have been asking. Oh, it gets good. This cop is going to sit here to the supervisor and sit there and go, I don't know why the guy was so rude to him. Go back to fucking Africa because he worked so hard to get over here. You know what? Stop it, cops.
Well,
Hey,
Sleepy Joe probably provided him a free flight and SNAP benefits and everything else to come over here. So there you go.
you still in here?
Yes.
He probably killed
he lied. He don't even live in there.
anyway.
Because I didn't do anything.
And look at this happy schmuck. Look, Lenny's getting arrested.
He's happy, yeah.
Oh, then the cops give him my information.
So it's your guys' policy to make sure that people ID themselves and they don't live here.
So it's a policy that if you're an Uber driver or delivery driver, you ID.
Because
When they cancel you,
That's why I was filming people running without showing ID too, right?
Nondescript car.
no, he blocked the way first.
95% comply, 5% don't, and turn around.
I opened the restaurant gate.
and this is why you guys call us to come deal with
Don't
them.
do
So,
that because we're gonna help other people. When people come, we're gonna block the way.
so it's your guys' policy.
And then he broke the way for one person, for one car,
You blocked away from one car?
for one car too.
Oh, one
When
car.
they cancel you,
Was he blocking with his car? Or he got out physically with his, like he was just standing in front of the car.
no, he broke the way first.
95%
One car coming,
5% don't, and turn around.
I opened the resident gate for him. I told him, don't be here because I'm gonna help other people. When people come, you're gonna block the way. Another Uber coming was blocking the way. I opened the other side for that Uber. Yes, he did that.
What's a good phone number for you?
832.
So let me tell you something. If I'm the defense attorney and they're asking this guy all these questions, right? I'm going to argue, look, if this guy is saying that I said these things about him, he's got a clear bias against me or my client. And
He can't even
therefore,
speak English.
I want to call this guy as a hostile witness. And if I'm the cop, I'm going to be thinking, well, this guy's got an animus against the alleged defendant. So I can't really take anything this guy says with the same amount of trustworthiness. So that's, if you're a good cop, what do you think, Ryan? I mean, if someone's got it in for you as a cop, aren't you using that data or information to size up this guy to see, is this testimony even trustworthy?
I mean, I definitely, well, that's what I was trying to say. Like, the way he was talking and the way he was repeating the story.
Yeah.
It sounded like BS, right? Like, so if I'm standing there and I'm that supervisor taking a statement, I'm going, shit. Because I know one of my officers just made probably an unlawful arrest. Let's hope we can change this to a detainment.
Got it. Okay, let's keep watching.
This guy's not a supervisor, but he is an FTO. He's a field training officer.
I mean, that's the type of supervisor.
That's usually how it is. They try to tone it down a little bit when we get here, but then they're still doing the same thing.
Oh, there goes the mic mute.
Figures.
There goes the mic mute. Watch the hands go right to the camera. Got it synced so you get them synced together.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
So they both turned off their mics.
Oh, they did it in secret. They did it in synchronization at the same time.
I want you to look at his body. I want you to watch his body behavior, though. See how he's like, his head's going back and forth. He's looking over to the side, and little guy over here is sweating.
See, I didn't know if you're going to pick up on that.
I mean, he's wearing a long sleeve shirt, but he's got it rolled up. He's literally sweating because of what's going on. The way he's touching his
body language.
The way he's like keeps going for the back of his neck. It's because he's got a lot of blood rushing up to his head because he knows he does.
His head's down. He keeps putting his head down.
Yep. Yeah, that's the resignment. And this guy, the FTO, who's like a foot taller than him, is like, just, God bless, why did I even show up here? Like, oh, sure, you can do that. And you can also get another week off of work. So your choice.
Well, no, the other officer, the little midget, he's been on the department 4 years.
I mean, 4 years is long enough to know better.
Oh, by the way, it's still muted here.
Popeyes, thank you for subbing, dude. Appreciate it.
Right on, Popeyes.
Now, you can actually fast forward to when it changes camera view because he's going to keep his mic muted the whole time.
All right.
Paid vacation. Yeah, most of the time.
Right here. Go back just a little hair right there. Because he's unmuting it right there.
You need an ambulance? Okay. I understand. Let me loosen them for you. Just do me a favor. Turn around that way. Yeah. I see their cuffs.
Damage control!
I mean, they're cutting me off. Okay.
Look at my hand. Look how purple it is.
Not yet. We're dealing with some other stuff.
That's fine. And
Look how purple that right hand is.
Give you a hard time.
It's like he jerked my left side up, and my handcuffs on my right side before I got in the car.
Wait, so this is 20 minutes into the video?
No,
that one's like it's position wrong. It's position wrong.
This is roughly. Yeah, I've been back there for about 10 to 15 minutes like that.
So you're back there with tight handcuffs on, and you're losing circulation. By the way, guys, this is part of my practice is tight handcuff cases, and I've had clients
Where do you think I learned how to do all this?
Where
do you think I learned how to keep telling them to loosen them up?
I've had clients have their fingers and hands amputated as a result of tight handcuffs. So it's no joke.
There's a case in Fort Worth about that.
Yeah, it's no joke, man.
Yeah, it's probably mine.
Because it went gangrenous.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna
Off
keep
from a
going.
cut he got from cuffs.
Is that good?
No, it still hurts. So whatever that thing is on top of my arm.
Let me do this.
Can I step out so you
Hold
can?
I'll put 2 cups on
Okay,
you.
that's fine.
That way
Should have
it's
thought
not so
about
much
that
of a
20
battle.
minutes
I
ago.
appreciate that.
No,
I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not
You're
gonna
good. You're
resist.
good. Let me do this.
I was just recording them for my safety because they said you called the cops, or I would have been gone a long time ago. Yeah, can you call medical for?
Yeah.
Absolutely, they should have had 2 sets on him.
Like I said, I'm not trying to give you a hard time.
Which is why he's
That's-
adding one.
Yeah, that's my wrist.
Dang, look at that wrist.
Mark.
It's nothing
You
against
saying
you.
that was a big bone?
No. It's nothing against you.
Hold on. I got to show this again, dude. You weren't joking around,
Golly.
dude. That is just, oh my God. How long were you sitting in that car?
Like
About
15
about
minutes.
15 to 20 minutes at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
And then instead of taking me out of handcuffs,
Well,
which
and
he
look
should
at the
have
other
done,
hand, it's still purple.
Terry v. Ohio, he should have already patted me down for weapons, put me in the backseat of the car. It should have been no danger. Held my dogs back there. I mean, why is he putting cuffs back on me?
Man, look at how swollen your hand is, bro.
No, that's how it
Yeah,
always
that dude should not be.
Yeah,
on
my
the
hand
list.
always looks like that.
looks.
The wrist, on the other hand,
It's
You're
never
not
been
supposed
that
to say
skinny.
that. You're supposed to say, "You're right,
look,
Mike."
bro.
my
Look
hand-
at my hand. Look at my wrist. I mean,
No, but the other
actually,
one,
that
Mike,
was puffy from the cuffs situation.
Mike,
Look
you
at-
look
I don't
at
know
that
if
other
it
hand.
look
it's
at my
still
hand compared to that hand.
over there.
Well, you guys are
I
talking
mean,
over.
my hands aren't that puffy.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I was saying you can see his hand is still purple over there. The
Oh,
one
it looks
inside the
terrible.
vehicle still.
All right, let's keep going. Jeez, that looks terrible.
You got
dude.
Thanks.
you got
You also
13 minutes
got
for your
some pretty
line.
big wrists, so it's
I got legal cops to go film.
No. It's nothing against you, man. It's
Hey,
just how it
I
is.
know. Look,
Is that
I'm
good?
just trying to joke and lighten this up. Yeah, that one's much better.
All right.
Can you get that one too?
I got the other one too. Hold on.
Mm,
Let me make sure this is.
I'm just a big bone boy.
I understand.
What did they tell you? I know you guys. That one really hurt.
Yeah, go ahead and step out for me really quick.
All right. Can you somebody close the door so my dog can sit in?
Did you hear him go?
Stay.
Yeah.
Stay.
You got the dog in the car with you?
Stay.
Yeah, me and Brownie got arrested.
Stay.
That's awesome.
Can you move your wrist at all?
That's what I was laughing at so hard when he was putting them in.
I'll
You
let
could
you
see the
just
dog's
do like
nose
that.
every now and then
I
hop
just
up.
I don't want to be. You're good. Accuse of resisting on
You're
your
fine.
It's not my intention.
Yeah. Good.
No, that was a little tight right there on my left side of my wrist. I don't know if it's just too low or something, or
We're trying to get it to where your wrist is like
I'll get it off the board.
Is that good?
I
That's
mean,
as loose as it's going to go on the
if
wrist
it's
right
as
there.
loose, it's gonna go. I'm gonna have to deal with it till
It'd
medical.
be great if you take them
He
off.
wants an ambulance. He wants an ambulance now.
You want an ambulance?
Yeah, the cuffs were on 2 times. I tried to tell, but I don't know if you heard me the first time. Out of fairness,
Is there a leash in the trunk?
there's a collar in there too. He's my emotional support animal. That's why
He can go to jail with you. So
I understand. Why am I going to jail? I asked for a
disorderly
supervisor.
conduct.
Sir, how's it disorderly conduct? There was no abusive or vulgar language.
That's not what good guard
I
says.
have it on camera. Do you let me see that?
King 228.
So you realize that any truck can be
King 228. Can you start mass starter location for a male complaining of person?
Okay, that was offensive to him because he doesn't have to.
But it didn't create
It's
incite
disorderly
fighting.
conduct. It doesn't
Sorry,
matter.
it did not incite fighting words. I was in my car on the street.
It offended him. That's all that matters.
What else? Here's some.
That's bullshit.
Would you yell at him?
Yeah, might as well.
That is not the law. These guys are making up nonsense to try to justify.
Seriously.
Tell us about how that works, Ryan. You're the cop. How would you handle that?
I mean, me personally, I would have let him go. Like, there would have been no court case. Like, look, I'm really sorry. Here's $5 to Chick-fil-A. Like, shit. Like,
Actually,
Hey, bro.
Ryan probably would have said, "What's going on, man? Here, just let's go over to the car and I'll get you the cab number and you'll leave, right?" I mean, end of story.
that's exactly. Yeah, because we never would have gotten the handcuffs. I hope. maybe close to the end of my career when my knee was really jacked. I had one time that I got mad at a guy, but I was lucky I had one of my buddies with me who pulled me back and said, "Hey, dude, you're about to break his you're about to take away his rights, and you are wrong." Because I wanted to search his car because he was a drug dealer. It's hard. It's hard. But you were in the right in this case.
Yeah, let's keep going, guys.
It's-
I've only got my
Hey, if
Yeah.
I'm not in the right, I tuck tail and leave. When I'm in the right, I stand my ground.
Yeah, it's fair.
King 228 to King 220.
By the way, this is the first time they started calling for a supervisor after I requested many times.
Our location, our AP is okay. What did you show me around? I've got an ambulance on the way, and there's a supervisor on the way.
I can't believe. Do they not automatically call a supervisor when an ambulance is ordered?
Do they not
No.
automatically call the supervisor when there's an arrest made in this type of a circumstance?
Not usually, God no. But I know if you ask for one, they're supposed to have one.
That's policy. I asked how many times did I ask for one while I was in cuffs?
Okay, let's keep going.
Looking for plain view, hoping to God you got weed. Like, dang.
I smelled the strong odor of a marijuana beverage.
Smelled like grape.
Yeah, just to get them all in there, you know.
Hold on, let me get this dude's leash. For the dog I have in my car. Oh.
Yeah, he knows his
Yes,
career's
come on.
over.
Outside.
BZ, you gotta start telling people like, all right, if you arrest me, I'll make you famous.
By the way, this guy still had his mic unmuted at the. He had it muted at this point.
Oh,
That's why you don't hear no volume when you're looking at that point of view.
All right.
So when he was talking to me, mic was muted.
Stay. Okay, stay. Just gonna put your collar on.
Poor dog.
Little puppy.
Officer Cobb. Yep. What's your bad phone?
5092.
Dog's better behaved than you are.
That's not gonna be quick.
What a traitor! What a traitor!
That's right. Attack him. Get on him.
Just be on his legs, something. All right, fine. Get in the car. Good dog.
You have enough air back there?
Oh, now all of a sudden you want to ask if I got enough air. Kiss my ass some more.
At least they turned the AC back on in your car and let the dog go back.
Problem is, AC wasn't on in that car when he rolled my windows up.
Oh,
Left my dog in.
So it wasn't on? Dumb. Yeah, dumb.
Cruelty to animals charge.
I mean, we bust windows for that in Texas.
Yeah, that's right.
It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite things to do. Oh, you're a
Yeah.
jackass that left your dog in your car? Psh.
Hey, Mike, I think you can fast forward this a little bit more because this it's Mike muted right here.
Well, hey,
Thanks,
we're
Robert.
on a 5-minute warning, Mike. You're on a 5-minute warning.
All right.
We should probably
Thanks,
close
Rob.
this one out.
Thanks, Robert, for you know what? We should probably just here's what we're gonna do, guys. We are gonna stop this at freaking 28:27. I'm gonna mark this.
I was gonna say if you get the 30 minutes, you're about 1/3 of the way.
Well, we'll come back. We'll come back and we'll pick up. But would Sunday work for y'all? Because I want to be able to. Okay. So I want to thank Robert Stubblefield for the donation. That means a lot to me. And then just to recap for the people who just joined us. So what we've been covering right now is the false arrest of BZWatchDog and how it all went down, because he was able to get all of the body cam footage from the officers, and we got to see how they turned off the microphone when they interrogated the alleged victims, et cetera, and all the little things that they did that clearly are a violation, I feel, of our rights under the 14th Amendment in the effectuation of this false arrest. And sorry, BZ, let me put you all up here on the screen. And so BZ, great job in getting all that footage. Now, BZ was able to, I think you handled this case pro per, if I'm not mistaken. You got all these charges dropped, right?
I did up until the arraignment because they didn't want to hear. I could tell that it was not going to go in my favor.
Okay.
So my lawyer got involved. That's Mark Strife. He's the one I connected you with, the Marine lawyer that's here. I will tell you this. He did call the prosecutor, told him I didn't say the F-bomb. I got video because we never showed our video to the prosecutor until the very last second. And the prosecutor realized I never said it. He said, this is quote unquote, my lawyer said, I might have been an asshole because I was giving the cop the knife hand before he put me in the cuffs and talking shit to him. But being an asshole is not illegal. So just going to let you know that as far as in free speech, my case was dismissed. But I want to say, when you guys covered my arrest video, at one point I had the whole video up to benefit to Mark, because what they had on camera was what I've already played in that 7 minutes you saw. He said, make sure right away when I retained him, hurry up and take the rest of that video down, because that was his ace in the hole. So, don't you get arrested. In other words, don't put your video up. Keep it
ever.
Keep it nice, quiet, and secure.
Yeah, the same thing. Like my clients who are in personal injury cases and stuff, I always tell them, don't ever post any pictures of yourself or stuff you go into parties or anything, because they're going to say that you were fine and that you're faking your injuries. So it's always bad to have social media when you're embroiled in any kind of legal controversy, whether it's criminal or civil. But one thing I wanted to point out, BZ, which we haven't said yet, is that these alleged charges that you were facing were no jail time. I think they were basically like infractions, and you could have just paid a fine and been on your way. But because of that Marine Corps mentality of yours, you said absolutely not, and you ended up spending good money to get those charges dismissed. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, what happened was it was $262 to go away with a conviction on my record, or it cost me
an infraction or a misdemeanor.
Class C disorder. They could have charged me a Class B and taken me down to the jail. And I don't think the prosecutor would have actually prosecuted. I think they would have thrown that out right away. They took it to municipal court, hoping I'd pay the $262, so they weren't on the hook for what's fixing to happen.
But basically the equivalent of like a fix-it ticket, not really a jail time or.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like between a traffic ticket and like a Class B misdemeanor. It was punishable up to $500 with no jail time.
What'd you say, Rye?
It's like it's just under a gram of weed, like no jail time. It'd be more like drug paraphernalia.
Something you could have expunged relatively quickly, right?
Yeah,
public intoxication, things like that.
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
All right, keep going.
Yeah, so I mean, they let me either with a ticket. The thing is, I was hoping they'd have my dog impounded. I hope they were taking the car to the impound lot and take me to jail, because I already knew that this was going to be bigger than what it was. I was trying to look good for a jury during that whole process in the backseat of that car. Let them sweat it out. Let them look like the pricks. And you guys are already starting to see that with this video. I mean,
Man.
the conspiring with the. I mean, we're only 30 minutes in, and then muted the mics already twice for a prolonged time. You still got another hour of this video of where the supervisor shows up and tries to do damage control. The ambulance, the EMT, they're looking at my hands. Them going back and talking to the EMTs. The EMTs talking to them. The homeowner association coming up there and soliciting my information, and them just giving it to them.
Yeah, there's some things against that. I mean, because there was no accident involved. Why are they handing out a private citizen's information?
That's okay. I've got their cell phone numbers. I've already put it out there on the. If you listen to this video, you'll hear the cell phone numbers.
And thank you, Tiffany, for your support, by the way. Thank you very much.
Anybody that feels free, they want to go ahead and address their concerns to private citizens that make false accusations about citizens. You feel free. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying, feel free. I can't control you.
Awesome. All right, D-Line, you gotta get.
I gotta go watch. I gotta go stop watching, man. So
time to hit the mats, guys. Got to take my son to judo. Look, I appreciate you guys coming on. So BZ, I'll reach out later, like maybe tomorrow, and we'll talk about seeing about getting you and Ryan either on this weekend or maybe like Monday. Is that cool, guys?
Any day's fine with me.
That's good.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Maybe I still have to finish the Lane Myers plea thing, and then after that, I'm thinking like it'd be better if it was Monday, like during the daytime for me. Like I could try to.
If it's not raining, I'm going to try to go fishing, but I'll answer the phone.
All right. Yeah, right on, guys. We'll figure it out. But with that being said, guys, I thank you again, BZ, for coming on and sharing what happened to you. And I'm proud of you that you were able to be victorious. And thank you also, Ryan. And I'm proud of you, too, for quitting drinking and getting in shape, replacing the body fat with muscle. That's impressive. And thank you, all my audience, for coming in and hanging out with me and for all the super chats and donations. It means a lot to me. And with that being said, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. Semper Fi, do or die. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. See you, BZ.
All right. Talk to y'all this week.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Oh, it's going to get better. That video is going to get better, man. Wait till you see the cover up.
All right, guys. All right. I'm going to split. I'm going to leave it up because I know people like to chat and stuff, but we're offline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, if you guys want to stick around and talk, you can. It's no longer.
Well, just a few minutes. I got just a few minutes, but yeah, man. Wait till you see the rest of this video, dude. I mean, it's gonna be
pretty good, dude. I didn't realize they kept the mics muted for that long. It always looks bad in court, which is why they made it a freaking policy and they hardwired it so they have to keep them.
Well, bro, I'm telling you. I mean, the one thing I said too is when they started, it's like you're tampering with the fucking. My lawyer's the one who told me straight up. Yeah, I watched your video. It's like 2.5 hours of video.
We're still live.
What's that?
Somebody just said we're still live. That's cool. Hey,
oh, actually, we actually are still live. Mike forgot to hold on. Mike forgot to end the stream. That's funny. That is funny. Mike, hey, we'll stay live as long as we need to there, Random Hog Hunter.
Well, somebody was asking if there's a link to mine. Yeah, as soon as I can figure out how to do it.
I'll put it in there for you. I'll put it in there for you while I'm calling Mike to tell him we're still live.
Oh, there it is.
You got it?
Yeah, I found my YouTube channel.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording.
It should be like.
That's my YouTube.
I got it right here. How come I'm not even... Dude, YouTube unsubbed me from you, bro. What the hell?
What? I mean, I'm kind of controversial.
Dude, that's crazy, man. I know that people say that all the time, but that's the first time I've ever noticed it.
Dude, I get unsubbed on X all the time, like 4 or 5 a day. I talk a lot of trash to Republicans. I'm a conservative, but I do not believe the things happening in Texas right now are conservative. You know what I mean?
No.
I see a lot of bad stuff happening. Dave Phelan's trying to make freedom of speech a thing of the past. They got this hemp ban that nobody, like 70% of Texas doesn't want it. And then you've got all these guys, $100 million taking money to make the ban. So staying busy, y'all. Staying busy. Who's on drugs? The politicians are on drugs.
The police. They're on that crack ID.
Bro, look, I don't know if you've tried some of that pre-workout. It's like crack.
No, that's what all those guys say they're on. Hey, by the way, that guy that was coaching, the African guy, he actually just came back and had to get a new badge number. So when I asked him for the badge number, he said 5092. It's because he left Fort Worth for whatever reason for 9 months and came back. So I'm thinking he probably got fired or quit because he was in Hearst for like 6 years, and then he was here at Fort Worth like 7 or 9 or something like that. And you just leave for like 9 months and come back?
I mean, sometimes
they gave him a new badge number.
Yeah, it's because they recycle his badge numbers.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is he wasn't on administrative leave. So
Dude,
he
you never know.
He actually had to quit or get fired.
Well, no, I mean, for 9 months, he might have gone somewhere, found out the grass literally wasn't greener.
Corporate security job that I found on LinkedIn.
See? And he was probably making like 120 or 180, and then was like, this is stupid. Or it was just a contract job. They do that.
He makes over 100K a year at Fort Worth.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He might have just taken a contract, doing private security. You know, Marine. I can't do heavy deadlifts
That guy is
anymore.
a joke.
But
oh shit, you're right.
There you go. Hey, we're still live, by the way, Mike.
I'm ending it.
I'm ending
I thought we were off, guys. Bye, guys.
You're good.